Hi, my name is Chelsea Vivas. I live in South Florida. I'm in gardening zone 10B and I'm fairly new at gardening. And I'm actually trying to have a focus on edible gardening. My goal is that I can learn a lot in my first year of gardening and hopefully by next year be growing the majority of my greens. I want to grow like leafy greens and vegetables. I am pescatarian, so that's a big part of my diet. And then I would only have to go to the store for proteins like tofu or fish to go with my meals. So I'm starting small right now. Well, not very small, but I started small and now I have like, a small to medium amount of plants going on my balcony. As I said, I'm in zone 10B, but I'm on a north-facing balcony, so I don't get direct sun. So I do have to supplement a lot of the light with grow lights. So I have 2 grow lights that I move around throughout the day to make sure that all my plants are getting at least like 6 hours with the grow light. Just wanted to show what I've got going on and see if I could get any advice from other people living in zone 10B or people on a north facing balcony. I do want to eventually get a vertical garden and plant everything vertically so it's taking up less space on my balcony and it'll be easier to aim the grow lights on and focus on. So that's my goal for right now. But before getting the vertical garden, I did want to go ahead and film what I've got going on so far. Over here we have a handmade pot I made out of an old laundry basket. I just threw some herbs in here. The basil, this is a really old basil that I transplanted that was really tall. I trimmed it down, but I think it's the end of its season. And then we have parsley, we have thyme and sage, we have cilantro coming in over here, and some chives here. Honestly, this is just temporary. I am planning on replanting these when I get a new pot that's going to actually hang on my balcony. So everything on the floor is edible. The only thing that I personally won't use in an edible manner is the begonia. I actually found out they're edible when I was just researching the care for them, but I actually just got it for pretty and hoping that some bees will come to pollinate it and maybe pollinate my other plants. I'm just trying to attract some more bees up here. These are jalapeno sprouts that I started from seed. I currently have them all squished into a grow bag, but once they are bigger, I will separate them out as appropriate. They actually look like they also need some watering, but I'll get to that later. This is my seed starting tray. This is chamomile, which I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. This will be huacatai, which is black Peruvian mint. This will be ají amarillo, which is also Peruvian. It's Peruvian pepper. And then this is cauliflower, which both seeds germinated. These are bell peppers. And this will be common mint when it sprouts. I just planted these a few days ago. Well, the bell peppers are fairly old, but the seedlings I planted maybe like 5 days ago. So the cauliflower and the chamomile sprouted pretty quickly. I'm hoping that the ají will be next, and then we'll see where it goes. This is a jalapeno plant I got from Home Depot. It was a baby. I pruned a lot of the leaves off the stem to promote root growth and bury it a little deeper. To be honest, it hasn't been growing that fast. My jalapeno sprouts might end up growing faster than it. Over here, this is a bell pepper one, and there's a couple flowers developing on the top. I also took off a lot of the leaves on the side to help promote the growth up here. There's a lot of small places where the flowers are going to start to form. Before, I had a couple of flowers fall off, so that's why I trimmed off a lot of the side leaves to help it put all its energy in only the top. This is banana peppers, which also had some flowers fall off, but now it has some that are developing again. So I hope now that I've trimmed both of these down that they'll do better. And then over here I have 2 tomato plants, and I'm actually trying to see if the fabric pot or the plastic pot's going to be better for them. So it's kind of a little experiment, as most my balcony is, because I have a really small space. But I want to see which one ends up doing better. Some of these leaves weren't doing good. It looked like it might have had a fungal infection, but I did spray them. And I haven't seen any new bad leaves, and I see some growths here where the tomatoes would be formed. So I'm hoping that we will see a yield of tomatoes soon. So I have this waterproof box where I keep a lot of my gardening supplies, but today I wanted to check the moisture level and make sure all my plants are doing good. I've been using this to help ensure that I'm not overwatering or underwatering. So here you can see you stick it in to at least root level, and these are pretty dry. These need water. For these guys, I've just been pouring water in the tray and letting it absorb that water. So just make sure that the water's touching all of them. And then I put a little bit in the bell peppers. Looks to be at a good moist level. My bell pepper is actually overwatered. It looks very wet. Banana pepper's wet. I watered these yesterday. And we had some rain. So they all appear to have too much water, thanks to the rain. Up here is things I wanted to keep up and away from my dogs. So I have a fly trap that has some fly traps dying off and some new growths coming in. And these need direct sun, which is why I have a grow light above. Here I have an American pitcher plant. I think it was in dormancy when I got it. So I'm just following the care instructions. It's my first time having one of those. Here is a sundew. This little guy has grown a ton of new arms recently. Over here is a succulent that a friend gave me, and it was in a really tiny pot, but I managed to repot it before it died. Well, before it was going to die. Here, this is lavender that I started from seed. So I'm hoping it will get nice and tall soon. So these grow lights have actually really helped with starting my seeds and then getting the sprouts to sprout up quickly. These are GE grow lights, and it's just the bulb. I got the fixture from Home Depot, and then I have another one up here. Well, thank you for watching. If you have any tips on how to better my garden, or any tips specific to the American pitcher plant, or any of my peppers and vegetables, and my tomatoes, it would be very much appreciated. Drop a comment below. Again, I'm a beginner. I don't know many terms, but I'm giving it my best shot, and I'm really hoping I can learn a lot within this first year.